We're going to try a more advanced search. In order to do that, you need to just go to the search bar here, click on it, and it will drop down a menu that includes advanced search. If you click on advanced search, it will take you to a table with lots of different options. So you've got various different things you can do. You can type in a word here in the search bar, and then you can select which field you would like to search. You can either search just the title, the archival history, so where the document was from. You can search the scope and content, so that includes anything that might be found in the document. For example, if you have a map, it might include the names of the landowners. So typing in landowner and then clicking on scope and content would allow you to find that map. It will also include the extent and medium, so that will tell you what format the document is on, whether it's on parchment, for example, paper, or maybe even an oral history recording, so it would be on an audio format. And it will tell you the extent. This is maybe whether it's one piece of paper or whether it's a volume. Or it might tell you that it's several different boxes, so you've got maybe 6 boxes that you're going to be bringing up when you order that document. You will also have the subject access point, name access point, place access point, and the genre access point. So these are all very similar. You can either search the name or the place, or you can search for a subject. So this could be something like aircraft, for example, or cricket. The genre access point will allow you to search the particular genre, so the type of document. So for example, it might include things like settlement certificates or wills would all be under genre. You can also search for the reference code as well. So this means you can type in the reference of the document that you've looked at and just double check up on some information about it. I'm going to start by just typing in a word so that you can see what it looks like. So if we type in Mulbarton, you can then click on Add New Criteria. So once you do that, you can select 3 different options. You can either type in AND, which means that you would type in, search for something that includes Mulbarton and the next word. So for example, Mulbarton and map. You can change it to say or. So you'd be searching for Mulbarton or a map, in which case you might find that you come up with maps of Thetford. You might come up with other documents about Mulbarton, for example parish registers about Mulbarton, because you're searching for both words. The alternative is to try not as well. So you might be searching for documents on Mulbarton, but you don't want to look at maps, so you don't want to consider them. So you can click on not, and then it would search for any other records about Mulbarton that don't include the word map. I'm going to leave it with and, just so that we can have a look at what happens. Once you're happy with your criteria, you can move down till you get to this search button here, and if you click on it, it will allow you to take out a search. So we can see at the top, it shows us that we've got 25 results, and we can close up this advanced search options and go down and have a look at these results. So at the moment, we've got it on a list view. We could have it on a different view so we can see them in boxes. So you can see that it looks like that. I'm going to go back to a list for the time being. So with the list, you can click on any of these documents by clicking on the blue writing, and that will bring you up to the results, so you can actually see exactly what the document itself is, so it gives you a detailed view. You can keep going down, and each page has 15 results on it. So once you get to the bottom, you can then click on the second page, and that will allow you to go down and see the rest of the results. You can continue to narrow down from here. So you can also narrow down using the dates as well. So once you click on the dates, you can see that you get a calendar, and it goes back in 100-year periods. So we can go from 2021 up to 1921. We can then go back further to 1821 and so forth, and then select a date from there. The alternative is to actually type the date in yourself. Now you can see it tells you what style it wants the date to be typed in. So it wants the year first, the month, and then the day. What you can do is you can just type in the year, and it will automatically fill the rest of the information. So if we're going to search from 100 to 1850, for example, once we click on search, if you watch, it will automatically fill in the rest of the information for the year. So we can see that by searching, we've got a start date of the 1st of January and an end date of the 31st of December, and it always checks that way. There's two different ways of searching as well for dates. You can either have them overlapping, which means that in this case the document could be starting before 1800, it could be finishing after 1850. So for example, this would bring up a document that ranges from 1799 to 1801 because it overlaps that start date. Or you can change it and you can click exact. So the document won't start before 1800 and it won't end after 1850. It will just be within those two dates. So you've got that way of searching as well. One other thing you can do is you can search on the level of description. So you can either search for a file, a fond, or an item. Now a file is a particular document, so it's the reference number that you would use to order up a document. The fond is the overarching collection. So I'll show you in a second a hierarchy and you'll be able to see how that you can use that. You can also search for an individual item as well. So that is an individual item within a document. For example, you might want to order up a file or an individual document of settlement certificates. The item would be one of the papers within that file